season opening victory.
Well, let's face it, when you hold someone to just 6 points in a game, the feeling that you have among your team is that you're not going to lose very many of those. That's the way to get it done.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They go to the ground again with Taylor. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. From the gun, it's Taylor. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. These two teams, division rivals, of course, and you remember back to Week 18 last year, although Colts fans don't want to remember back to Week 18 last year. The Colts needed a win, and the Jags, they were kind of looking ahead to 2022, but the 2-win Jags came up with one of the shockers of the season. They stunned the Colts 26-11 in Jacksonville, and that loss ultimately kept Indianapolis home for the playoffs. On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2. Love with it. Got a man. It's complete to Jelani Woods. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 32-yard line. Up the middle, here's Taylor. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Love now. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Love from the gun. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Paris Campbell, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Colts are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. A man coming off a washout 2021. It's Travis Etienne. That's to about the 28. 2nd down coming up. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
And the tight end goes in motion left. On 2nd and 7, Lawrence. And that's complete to Etienne out of the backfield. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. A But backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On third down, Lawrence airing it out, looking for Ridley. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
47 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. 1st and 10, Taylor now. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Switching things up, they'll throw it now with Jordan Love. And he wisely will throw that one away.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Off the play fake, Love. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Love, they go play action now. He's going to let it go again. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. They scored the most points of anyone on opening weekend, and now first quarter touchdown here.
And while there's no guarantee that all the points they score in opening weekend are going to hold up and be the average all year long, they're certainly starting to set that type of a pace. And what you do with that is you put in the heads of all of your opponents, we've got to really be ready on defense because these guys know how to put the ball in the end zone.
Do you think they can keep piling on the points like this?
I think they can if they're prepared to adjust and adapt, because they won't see the same defenses week in and week out.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Lawrence will throw. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And here's Rodgers on the return. So a solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now. Well, it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this.
Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Colts are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but... And that's caught inside the 35. And it's a big play there as he is finally taken down on what will be a terrific final act of this first quarter. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Running out of the gun with Etienne. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Go! Hey!
Lawrence. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And the Colts are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Play fake. Here's Love. Flush to his right. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
The offense on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 10. Play action this time with Love. Being chased out left. That's complete. Mike Strong with it. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. That ball caught by Campbell. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Paris Campbell with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Colts are able to add on to their first half lead. The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown.
The Jaguars take over a first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go!
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Hey, Alpha!
On 2nd and 9, Lawrence forced out to his left. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 22 yards there, a first down.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
On the ready.
Off the play fake, here's Lawrence. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
On the set.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Handoff running left is Etienne. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Now Lawrence. They'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. Going for it, here's Etienne. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. So now following the roll of the dice, they've got a 1st and 10 inside the 35. On play action, Lawrence. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Well, what looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Hey, exit.
Here's Lawrence to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Evan Ingram, 33 yards. And the Jaguars are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for the entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
Okay, right.
The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Ready. Check view.
Again, it's Taylor. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Well, this offensive unit, yeah, they were solid in the opening week victory, and now they are looking just as sharp here in week 2.
And that's exactly what you want, too, because you want to get better each and every week and really ramp up as the season goes on. I know it's still early in the season and a lot can happen, but this offense, they look like they're going to be fun to watch each and every time out.
The Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
From midfield now, Lawrence. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Tyree Gillespie. And, Charles, it seems like sometimes when you fall down early, there can be a tendency there to try and get it all back in one fell swoop. And that time, that thinking leads to an interception.
And I believe you brought up a really good point there, Brandon, because you're trying to force plays, right? You try and get all back in one shot, just as you mentioned there. And you know you're going to need some big plays to get back into the game. But ultimately, you really can't force what isn't there.
Ready, break. Switch, yellow. Set, cut.
A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And he is out of bounds up around the 14-yard line. My goodness, 229 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
Hey, check mega.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Back to Taylor on first down. And some room to roam now. Bulldozes past him. A big pickup of 38. And that one heck of a run right there. Once he got loose, you could tell that he was going to run a long way. That was pretty impressive. And some space here. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. That good for 22 and a first down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Tough spot looking at 2nd and 16 here after the big loss. They run once more with Taylor. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. 1st and 2nd down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. Throwing. Love. Looking for Campbell downfield. And that is, I think he caught it. He did, but they'll say out of bounds. It'll be incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. So we come to halftime here with the visiting Colts taking the lead to the locker room. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The Jaguars with work to do. They trail here as we are back underway on EA Sports. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. Draw play, Etienne. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Eight yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
61, pass, box, right, X3, 218, top,
Another tote for Etienne. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. They'll run with Etienne. Room here to run. They nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37.
1st downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. Now they'll throw it with Lawrence. And he whips that one incomplete there.
But they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Now Lawrence. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down.
Hey, I'm 7. Hey, keep it.
Here's Lawrence. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. Touchdown, Jaguars. Calvin Ridley, 37 yards. And the Jaguars get a bit closer.
Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes.
And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
To the right side, this is Taylor.
Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
Opposite, green, yellow, blue. Yellow,
They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
check right, next red, blue, go. Ready?
Try to punch it in with Taylor. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. The type of game that he's having running the football, there was no doubt who they were giving the ball to.
So why didn't they just go ahead and go after him on defense? Right?
Yeah,
If you
key in
know,
on him.
right? You know he's having that type of a game. Who else would you expect to get the football? I would have taken my chances and sold out defensively to stop him. And if anyone else picks it up, I tip my cap to him.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Working out of the gun. Love. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8.
Drill, 52.
On play action. Love to throw.
Pass out left, caught by Woods.
And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
A 2nd and 10 forthcoming here. Third quarter action from Jacksonville.
Hey, hold it.
Now Lawrence to throw.
He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one good for 26 and a first down.
This one was all about clearing space for this play to work because he's going to leak out of the backfield to his right and then angle his way up the field. And a really pretty throw to put it on him and create the big play downfield.
Let's go. Move the offense.
Throwing now, Lawrence on first down.
He'll take a shot for the end zone. Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
On third down, Love, nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Jags grab it, and he brings this one back. A fumble return for a Jacksonville score. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it, and you know that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Fielded right around the 8. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
They're right back out there after watching the fumble go the other way. Still in control of this game, but that needs to serve as a wake-up call because they're not in the clear yet.
No, the message should be clear that fortunes can change pretty quickly when you turn the ball over. You've got to take care of it, otherwise that lead can slip away quickly.
Second down, another run with Taylor. And he'll earn a couple of tough yards past the 30 to the 31. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Here we go.
The Colts on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll send a receiver in motion left. On third down, here's Taylor. And he's going to be stopped short of a first down as he'll get to him at about the 33. They'll run for it. It's Taylor. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Coming up on 2nd and 7.
Right, 97. You, yellow.
Switching things up, they'll throw it now with Jordan Love. And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. So here we go now as the Jaguars will go for 2. Lawrence going to keep it, but he will not get in here. He's stopped up short of the goal line, and this will remain a 5-point game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Pulls it in at the 13. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. And now this 4th quarter becoming very interesting. That pick 6 makes this a 1-score game. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how aggressive they choose to be. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
On the set. Black shot.
Love now. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Andre Cisco. So, my goodness, I wouldn't have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Ready?
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Lawrence will throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
Here we go.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
On the ball.
Straight ahead, Etienne. And trying to shake free, but Etienne cannot. The defense will stop him short. Here we go. Got to have it. Lawrence. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Shaquille Leonard, the linebacker. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
They'll bring a tight end in motion left. 2nd down, another run with Taylor. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. In motion left here, one of their tight ends. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And they'll bring him down 1 yard shy after a pickup of 4. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
Here we go, back. Back you.
They'll send the tight end in motion left. They turn to Taylor on 4th. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And can they take advantage? Their defense got the 4th down stop, but now they're hoping to find the end zone. A field goal wouldn't be enough to erase this 4th quarter deficit. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on first and second down, bring up third and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is third and long. Lawrence. He wants it all for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his second season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
So now an extra point doesn't help much. They'll try to go for two to make the difference a field goal, and they can lead it by 3. They're going to keep it on the ground, and he'll get into the end zone. So now a field goal would only tie as they up their lead to 3. So that effort gives them a 3-point cushion and guarantees that a field goal going forward won't beat them.
Yeah, that's really good strategy because that's all you care about. Not getting beat at this stage, at least give your team a fighting chance.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Taken from about the 12. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time they were stopped on fourth down, had a drive stalled out. We'll see how they respond this go-around.
I'm eager to see what their mindset is because moving the ball, feeling good, and then that abrupt stop on fourth down, do they go back to the bench and go, oh, boy, they've got something for us? Or do they go to the bench and say, we blew it ourselves. Let's get back out there and move the ball again.
And is it different when you get stopped on fourth versus punt? Is that more motivation for the defense, a little more confidence?
I think as a defense, you're so excited with a fourth down stop. Making them punt, that's your goal anyway. But a fourth down stop, that's almost a sign of disrespect that they went for it in the first place. And when you get that, you feel great about yourselves.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10. Again, it's Taylor. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Love looking to throw.
On a bad time late for a poor throw. It's intercepted.
And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Well, you knew you had to take some chances here with the clock winding down, needing a touchdown to win it, and that one might have just sealed their fate.
Yeah, and that's the nature of the 2-minute drill. The offense trying to go downfield and make their plays. But defenses, they're sitting back watching everything that they do, but not too far back. They want to be in position to make a play on the ball, and that they did.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining.
It was Kwity Paye who made the stop coming off the edge.
Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Running the jet sweep with Ridley. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. On 3rd down, here's Etienne. And he is going to lose yardage here. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
Well, they sent the power set out there, and their job is to be man-on-man and move people so they can run the football. But that time, too many men didn't get moved in the box defensively. They end up throwing him for a loss.
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Here's Logan Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Just a 25-yard punt, not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And control of the football, switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10. One last shot now for Love. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over.
Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner. Although on that last play, they were so backed up, it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale until that play concluded, because we've seen the improbable before. A couple of laterals, maybe some poor defense on the back end. They might have gone all the way to the end zone. In this case, though, it didn't happen. Perhaps next time.
So for Jacksonville, it's a win here.